Hi, Dan Lau here, the owner and founder of LauPublishing.com. And I'd like to briefly tell you how I might help you with the difficult, big problem of efficient prioritization, either in your own life or in the organization of which you are a member. You know, there are only so many hours in the day and days in a week. And we've only got so much energy, money, and emotional capacity. So if we try to do too much, we often end up doing nothing well. And yet, as creative, ambitious people, we want to do so much more than we've got time or resources to reasonably do. And the same goes for each organization that we are a part of, be it a school, a business, a government agency, a religious congregation, or whatever. And in order to make good progress then, we have to prioritize. We do not have the resources to do everything. That's just the facts. So we have to be very careful in deciding what we will attempt doing. Now, how do you do this in an efficient manner? Meaning we're making good decisions that keep the organization or our life on course and moving smartly along towards our aim. After all, if these decisions are made inefficiently, even though they may be the best decisions possible, those who don't agree with us may cause a lot of trouble. How? By not cooperating? By even actively working against the priorities that we set? By quitting and going over to the competitors? Or, worst of all, laying low and keeping their heads down until they see an opportunity to rise up and stop the priorities entirely. Now, I have here at LauPublishing.com 4 powerful tools that I'd like to briefly tell you about that can help you to set the best priorities in the best possible ways so that you don't regret those decisions down the line after a lot of effort has been misspent. Plus, other people who are involved, they stay enthusiastic in doing what's been decided. First of all, my unique healthy eating book, The Pecan Pie Diet. And in this book, I walk you through the steps for determining what really works for you in getting your body lean, trim, fit, and fleet, and keeping it that way. You know, it's actually not that hard to starve yourself into being skinny, but it's very hard to stay that way using that bad approach. And as I mentioned in other of my short videos, once I myself was well on my way to being a morbidly obese person. But I got off that extra fat, and I've kept it off for over 30 years. And the way I've been able to achieve that good result is through constantly readjusting my priorities as to what, when, and how I eat and exercise. And I help you with excellent tricks and techniques so that you can do that efficient prioritization concerning your own body also. Second, There's my unique series of 5 books on effectively managing stress. New and different stressors keep falling down on us. This is just the nature of life. We will never get to the point where everything's all comfortable and cozy. And a big part of handling that ever-changing stress is to be able to efficiently switch around the pots on the stove top. And by that I mean some that are at the back where they're simmering, you need them to cook faster, so you bring them forwards. But some who are at the front, now you see, uh-oh, I can't afford the space, and I'm going to have to move them back and put them on simmer. Even though we're very eager to get all the pots cooked right now. It's very frustrating. But how do you make those decisions to keep the pots in their proper best place? Well, in my stress ebooks, I helped you to see new tricks and techniques for keeping everything in its best place. Third, there's my Better Than 500 very easily read ebook, In Search of Quality, Principles, and Mechanisms. And in this book, I explicitly take you through the actual details, step by step, of efficient prioritization inside of any organization. And more importantly, to do it in such a way that the rest of the leaders and the members of the organization, they also see the logic as to why certain things are put to the forefront and certain things are put to the back burners. And to happily agree to help make it happen. That's a trick. Now I say again, if it's done badly, even setting good priorities can lead to the destruction of your organization. Be it a family, a school, a business, a government agency, or a religious congregation. And finally, fourth, there's my series of 10 books on the Jesus Lectures. And in the first century, Jesus was leading a small group of who? Of very fractious, squabbling, different thinking disciples. And leading a movement of many diverse peoples faced with huge opposition. Does this sound familiar perhaps to your organization? Over and over again, Jesus had to bring his people back to the key priorities. And often meaning that they had to do things that they didn't want to do. Now, how did he do this? Well, as detailed in my fictional lectures by Jesus to his followers today, as closely based on New Testament passages, he very distinctly gives instruction that's helpful to religious leaders today of all faiths for keeping your people with limited resources moving their quickest in the right direction together. So, if you have some interest in what I'm telling you, then I invite you to take a look at other free short videos that I've made in which I take you on quick tours through the contents of each of the books that I've mentioned here. And links to those short videos are right above the pictures of the e-covers of each of my e-books that's found on my home webpage at lylepublishing.com. And then, If you're interested in pursuing the details, my books are available for purchase for a mere $10 each to pop up right in your computer, right there for your immediate use. Now, should you need or want direct consultation for me, then for a reasonable negotiated fee, I might be able to work with you via continuing email, video conferencing, or even in person. Also, for free, you are welcome to send me a query type email describing your situation, and as soon as I'm able, I'll get back to you with helpful feedback. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, either now or in the future, please feel free to directly email me at danlyle@lylepublishing.com. I look forward to hearing from you if you wish, and I thank you for viewing my Putting First Things First in the Best Way consultation video.